Welcome to another episode of Twin Flame Abundance Live. Later today, after this live is over, some hours afterwards, not too much afterwards, like 2.5 hours after we're done here, I give a webinar so that you know. You can still claim a seat because there are only very limited seats, only 6, but we still have them. So I do have a link. It's already in the description below. You can go there now, click the link, give me your name and your email address, and you are in for the webinar tonight, in which we are going to do Twin Flame Healing live for you. And we close off with doing the official sacred decree together as well. I also invite 2 of you to come by my special offer so that you can work this next upcoming festive month a little bit with me to deepen your twin flame journey and go to harmonious twin flame union all the quicker. Now, in today's episode, right here, right now, we are going to talk about the twin flame curse, the union curse, the curse that is here and is formed mostly by the inability to connect with your true core that is connected to source or the divine or God or divine mother or the universe or however you want to call it. And it means that your protection has been turned around. And this is a multi-generational curse. And we're going to talk about that because it prevents you from safely and sanely going to your harmonious twin flame union. And inside of that, go to build the relationship with your ultimate lover that is, of course, truly all about, that you really want, that you're here for. And it prevents that, or it prevents the sanity of it. This is my first initiation that I pass on. Now, we've never yet talked about initiations, or maybe only in a passing way. So this will also be an introduction to what initiations are and what the first initiation is like. And I even have a deal for this one so that you can actually get the solution for your curse in this realm, in this specific way, quickly for an incredibly inexpensive price. And that is only the coming week valid. Now, that offer is already also in the description box below. So if you want to immediately know it because you're like, oh, I already heard it, this is for me, then you go there and you get it. And yeah, for the rest, we are going to stay with the rest of you and research a little bit more with my oracle cards that I selected right here about. We're just gonna, of course, I could like tell you everything, but it's much more fun and it really refreshes the whole topic, even for myself, when we do it in the research mode. The research mode is with the oracle cards and the help of Divine Mother will talk you through what this is all about. So yeah, it's important to know on the twin flame journey that this exists, and you can turn that around. You can turn this curse around to a helpful place inside of your soul. And then you might just get rid of everything that is associated with it, such as feeling bad, feeling like you have a saboteur, feeling just unhealthy, feeling tired, feeling like you can't make things work in your life, feeling like you can't get to have or work in the direction of your true love because something is somehow there that prevents you from it, and it feels very frustrating. It feels like it's not possible for you whatever you do. These are indications that you might have it. um this is quite common in the Western world, so that's you pretty much, right? But not necessarily in general common. It is especially common among people that I attract. So that's you, the people that watch this. Everyone that comes to me actually has this and they need the cure. Now, I worked on that cure for 14 years, 7 years removing everything, and 7 years building up. Is that true? Well, it's already 16 years by now. So I'm past the threshold of 14 years already, um, liberally. So that's good. You might have a person that tries to give this to you that is on year two or day two or before they've even turned this around, and yeah, that's not a lot. So I'm at year 16 beyond the 14 years of 7 years of building it down and 7 years of building it up. So that may be good to know. And I was specifically asked in the spirit world to start to pass this on as well. I found that out already years and years ago, so this is really not new. I just have um, put this as the first initiation a couple years later, and it became like part of the basics that I pass on in that word, in that way. So there you go. So, how does this technically take place? Okay, so you are on the twin flame journey. That means that you are in a transformation on the soul level to be in direct connection with your source so that your twin flame can um, come, sit, walk, live right next to you in real life in a romantic way and in all ways that they can be with you. And you are going to go there, I'm sure, because you can go deeper here with me. You can come in and connect with me, and then it will work out for you if you come for the coaching. What it really makes true for you, then it'll work out for you guaranteed. We do that with the key tool. It's a 4-step tool that Divine Mother gave to me around 2011. And at this moment, we use 3 versions, maybe even 4. Oh, I talked about 3 versions until today, but now we talk about the 4th version as well. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm not going to explain that today, but there you go. The key tool has a turnaround inside of the 4 steps because this the world of love in which you are going to live together with your twin flame and harmonious twin flame union, the consciousness state, that's what it leads to. That world will be really some sort of a turnaround of the world you're living in now. Because the world you're living in is the ego world. And we leave that and start to live in the turned around world. So you need that turnaround in that tool to go live in the right kind of space where your twin flame is and you can live together with them sustainably. Now, the key tool is supported by the 9-point energy system of the creative identity method that I made with Divine Mother, of which key is also a part, but the energy work supports that. When you're doing that and you're inside of it, you can also step into our school. It opens up real soon. It's going to be called Twin Flame Abundance Now. And in that one, we are going to do the energy work. We are going to do key every week when we tune in with a group. And you are also going to implement the results of all of that into all your life areas, such as sexuality, creativity, business, co creation, coaching, money, all kinds of life topics, health and food, healing, meditation. Yeah, all of that. So you're going to bring these life topics on the union level, on the union vibration. So that's going to be very supportive as well. In general, we have the energy work, the way to tune into that vibration and to support all these live topics. And that is like the basic spirituality that I can tune you into. And then on top of that, we add the top layer of the teaching of the true twin flame that you need to actively choose to be able to do that. And I'm able to present that top teaching for you as well that could actually be added to any spirituality. I'm able to present that to you as well because I went through it myself fully and I co create that with the Christ Masters on Earth now. That's why I'm able to present that to you as well. So, where do these initiations come in? Because there are 5 of them. The initiations that I've not really talked about before, but here we go. First one today. The initiations connect you in with the broader, spiritually broader implementation of all of this to bring it all together inside of you, to ease that out inside of you, these techniques and these things that will guaranteed give you your harmonious twin flame union, inside of which you're going to build your relationship with your true twin flame in the joy it is supposed to be about, in a sustainable way, if you maintain it, right? Because people would be like, well, but I can walk away from it, right? And sometimes they even do. But that's not what is meant with it, of course. You need to maintain it. You need to maintain the relationships through which that has been reached as well. That's just part of that. That's just part of your harmonious union. So there you go. So again, the initiations are here to make the attunement to all of this more easy and to guide you in a deepening, in a broader way that lets everything sink into you and click in. And the first one is today. The union curse. That has a lot to do with, well, not only with spirituality, but with religion as well. We've talked about religion a couple of times last weeks. Some people don't like that, and then maybe you need to do inner work on why that is so that you can become freed up to stand neutrally, eye in eye, with religion. That's just a more outwardly organized way of spirituality that are societally recognizable. That's all that it means. Yeah. Religion, because there was a time 7 generations ago for all Western world people in which there was a separation of churches, of religions, and the reverberation of that is still being felt today. And if your beloved was in the wrong church, you weren't allowed to be together by the community. And if you then did anyway, you would be excommunicated from the church that you came from and from the community. And then you were excommunicated from your spiritual protection. And these are your ancestors. So living outside spiritual protection is a disaster. And it's being passed on generation after generation. And then we're here. We're now. That's you. You are a child of that, of these unions. And now you also can't love yourself. You can't feel God's love. You can't connect with who you truly are. You can't be spiritually protected. You can't be with your true twin flame. You can't be with your ultimate love. Because that is barred for you. Spiritually speaking, you don't have a spiritual protector in the spirit world, like your angel. You don't have that one anymore. That one is corrupted, turned around. So now you're angry and sad and you don't feel love and you're outside the community. You're outside the grace of God. You're outside spiritual protection, however you want to call it. You're outside your true sanity, your true love, your true health. You're tired and the object of all kinds of persecutions and spiritual curses and whatnot, and easily because you're not protected. And we need to turn that around again, and I can do that for you. You need someone that is the spiritual responsibility taker for you, and I can be that for you. And you can ask me to do that. Normally that would be in a VIP session format, which costs a couple of €100. But for this occasion only, I will do it with you, for you, in a 50-minute, 50, €66 costing session in a condensed form that is actually only a format that I use for exclusively for group members in the Facebook group for nudging you forward in the inner work. And now we do this inside of that format, so that is very inexpensive. You can simply do that. How to do that is described in the description box below. And you can ask yours until next week, Sunday. I think it's December the 8th, the end of the day in my time zone, Amsterdam time. Then this action is over again for now. So yeah, make use of it. If you hear this and it speaks to you, then it's for you. All the people that come to me that have that, they need that. It's the first initiation that will bring a lot of things together already for you. And there are 4 more initiations that I pass on. So that's the story in short. When you feel it is for you, I will also send you the text that is about it. Yeah, it will just work wonders for you. And you can look forward to a time in which all of this will completely change for you. Irreversibly change, unequivocally change for you. So there you go. And we're going to look in the oracle cards to see what more we can say about this. So I already see something. And wouldn't you know it? It is the vampire deck. Sounds logic to me, right? So now this one wants to be seen. Offering yourself up. Denying yourself existence. Well, there you go. You are in a fundamental, when you have this, you are in a fundamental offered up place on the soul level. And that's not how you're meant to live. You're meant to live protected, loved. It was the community 7 generations ago that offered these people up. They said, well, we offer them so that we can keep safe within our interpretation of what our religion is supposed to be. You can't be here anymore, so you were offered up. Like your ancestors, right? And you still feel that now. Another one. Call for help. There's a need for conversation about this. There's a need inside of you. And it's time to admit that. That's what it says. Wow. So, yeah, I guess that's pretty clear, right? And another one. The monster inside of you, inner strife, personal challenges, wanting to become better. This certainly, when you have this curse, it certainly leads to an inner strife. It leads to, well, your spiritual protector is turned around. So that becomes like the monster inside of you. That is like your inner saboteur. It's like your protector is now causing you harm or not protecting you against harm, which is sort of the same. It starts to become a monster. That's not how you're supposed to live. But the solution is nearby. Forgiveness can happen. Absolution can be granted. There you go. When someone takes spiritual responsibility for you, you can be brought into the protection again, and your protector can be turned around towards good. We always do these readings and also such healings of this curse with the help of Divine Mother. So here I shuffled and got a card from Divine Mother's deck. Our Lady of Ripening on the Vine. What a luscious painting. Let me see what she has to say. As Our Lady of Ripening on the Vine. I just want to say that it all feels so, I just feel like crying or something. That's like the energy of what we're talking about. yeah, it's just like a desperation and a cry out for help is what I feel that this is about. So I think it's very needed at this time. So, what does Our Lady of Ripening on the Vine say? I ask you to surrender your future thinking to me. Although your future contains the promise of great blessings, do not let this distract you from the blessing I bestow upon you in this moment. I ask you to open your arms to my blessings in the here and now. You are the sweet fruit, heavy on the vine. The time for harvest has come. This is your time. Right. She's really wanting us to have spiritual protection now, and all of what you can be and the fruit of that open up from the now out. And as a result of that, the future becomes freed as well, because you will free all your ancestors too when you do this. All your ancestors until 7 generations back. And you will also free all your future ancestors, as it were, grandchildren of 7 generations in the future. But that only comes when you let it all in the now. The resolution is given only in the now. And Divine Mother is here to help you with that and grant you everything in the now. So, through this, a transformation can happen inside of you. Through this, many transformations can happen in your life so that everything that you long for can be integrated much more easily. All the unionized fields of your life can be integrated much more. Your twin flame relationship can be integrated much more. So these are the transformation cards, oracle cards. There is a change in the tail. That's what the card says in Dutch. It's an unexpected change that you did not see coming. That's what can be accomplished through this. Because you didn't know that this stuff was wrong in your inner world. And that is why you had all these outer results of the projections of this inner curse. You didn't know that that was connected, but now it becomes clear and you do something about it. There will be unexpected changes that come from it, that come in to heal you, to change you, to transform you for the betterment of everything, and certainly of your true twin flame union and the journey towards it. And the anchoring of everything that comes out of that in all the fields of your life. Okay. Yeah, so the Dragon Fae want to say something about this? The listener, holy silence. Holy silence. I think that's going to come in, and this Dragon Fae helps you with that. So that you can be your authentic self. Listening to the vibration of your true union. That is the forgotten song of the divine. So I feel like another one wants to come out. Let's take disc one. And then from that place on, take action. Morrigan. You see, when you're in your inner authentic silence, you can take new action. When this curse is turned, because we can't take the curse away, but we can turn the curse. That's what I can do for you. When that is all established, you can start to take action. Like in a new way. In an inspired way that is unknown yet. It's as if we're already transforming the whole energy and atmosphere about it while I'm speaking. So I guess this video is already working on you, which is good. Introducing the topic might already feel like a whole healing in itself. Seshat from the Egyptian cards. Goddess of writing and holy sacred geometry. Create order in your life by following your own rhythm. There comes a time in which you can create a new order for yourself. Idea for an exercise, write a plan to reach your important goal. Looks like that's an elongation of the message to start to take action when you are in the new healed space, right? Then you can start to do that in a newfound way, a new order. The Oracle of the Roses, I'm seeing this one, Sub Rosa. Hidden but right underneath your eyes. Mysteries. Learn and teach. It's like an inner transformation that happens here that touches everything that you are and have and live on a daily basis. Yet it is some sort of a hidden process. And how does this process look? Let's ask to give us some sort of an image of that, what that is for you from the Golden Tarot that I already shuffled. So we just try to get some cards out. And this one too. Okay. 4 cards. Seems like enough. The first 2. Oh, what was it like this? It was like this. Yeah, so it is the Knight of Cups in reverse. Something is not given. And the Hermit is like the wisdom that you feel on your own when you're on your own. And then we have the King of Wands, the passionate man or power, and the Five of Swords. You need to understand that you need to win the war instead of the battle only. I'm just having a look at it now to understand what the image tells me in this topic. So, the grace of God was not given to you and you were isolated. That is what the curse is. This created a place in you where you would be a passionate person for your true love, but it would be a battle. It would not be peaceful and loving. It would be an ongoing battle to keep on being with your love outside of the grace of God, outside of the blessed community of people, outside of the covenant with God. So you would never win that war and always fight battles. Yet these cards also are not the most dramatic ever cards in the deck. So you could still sort of do as if it's relatively okay. Well, I'm just relatively okay here. I'm just doing my best. I'm just, fighting all day long to survive, but that's normal to me and I'm okay. I'm okay. Surviving in your ego power, battling these battles, not never winning the war, which means never coming to the grand solution of the total in which you can rest in peace. Rest in peace sounds like you're dead. That's not what I mean. Live your life in peace. Very tired. It's as if I feel it now all the time. I feel like I need extra oxygen all the time. It's like when I'm yawning, I feel as though I feel relatively okay, but I actually feel as though I am trying to struggle through this reading. I feel as though I'm trying to win this battle to get myself through this explanation. And I feel very tired of that. So that's not where I truly am as a person. That is because I'm bringing forward what this is that we're talking about. So I energetically move through it now, well, in public, right? Yeah. Something that needs to like leave your field. It needs to move through you. You might need to sleep a lot. You might need to rest a lot. Might take a while before it is all transformed for you. But there needs to come a moment in which that is pierced through. And that's what I offer. So let me see. Very interesting, right? How that goes when I talk about such a topic, which also shows that it's real. I don't need to shuffle these decks too much because, oh, here we are. Here we are. I don't need to shuffle them too much because I already pre-shuffled them when I prepared them. Well, here we are. This is the card of that protector of you that was all cursed, that was turned around, that is not protecting you anymore, that's working against you. That's what that curse is about. Whew. Wow. Yeah, I just completely feel it. So we're just gonna breathe through it. And let's see if we can have another card coming out. This one wants to come out too. Color. So your true colors of your authentic self, they can start to come forward when you move through this process and you turn the corrupted spiritual protector around towards protection again. And then your authentic colors can start to come out again. I just, for the whole time of this life, I feel that I also have trouble speaking, like finding the right expressions. I think I perfectly said all the words that explain it to you, but I have the feeling that it's like it's a little bit choppy. I feel choppy. It's interesting. Yeah. It's like your soul has been gone through the manger. Is that the right word? So that's very choppy. You're chopped into pieces. And the point is to unchop yourself. And we can do that. I'm only able to present this for everyone to see while moving through the actual thing live. Because I am able to make it conscious for you. And if there is individual information, what that is for uniquely you, what we're talking about, details about what your ancestors went through, what you went through, things you need to know, things you need to do to make yourself healthy, sane, and sacred and holy, then this will also come forward and be communicated to you. And now we have a card from the spiritual messages in Dutch. And translated, it says, the journey is just as important as the destination. All right, so it's the beginning of the journey. We're piercing through to the core of this curse to turn it around because we can't undo it, we can only turn it around. And then it's a journey. But the journey will be now unwound for 7 years until everything that is no longer working, that was not working for your soul, that was unprotected, is undone. And then you can start to move forward for 7 years to learn new habits, new get new influences in your life. All right, okay. Okay, we're just going to get to the personal messages. Ooh, damn. Well, it was as if it was all coming out. This one I saw first. In love, I'm not dependent on other people. Love is a state of being. Which jealousy is behind the judgment that I have? Right decisions give no losers, only winners. Generalizing is hurting reality. I open myself for the uniqueness of every situation. Am I prepared to feel the sadness underneath my anger? I think that was sort of it. It looks as though a whole bunch of topics have been touched here that are very core to what love is for you. And I think that the definition of what love is will completely change, alter as a result of turning that curse around for you. Love will start to flow again so that you're not dependent on that history of your ancestors having been shut out of, shutting you, your ancestors, out of the protection of God. And you can start to live in the protection and the love of God again. And in that way, like so called negative emotions start to fall into different places in your life. Jealousy is touched and changes place, disappears. Anger changes place and disappears because you feel the sadness that is underneath it and process it. You start to stop being competitive with others, running around like a headless chicken. You stop doing that because you see that you can step into peace and love. And that is what gives everyone a win at the same time. And that is what you desire. And that is what can be achieved in the protection of God when you live there. And it's natural there. And you start to make a newfound emotional connection to your unique situation and reality that gives way for a healthy dealing with what's truly going on, and that can then start to happen for yourself. You can start to have to take care of your true reality instead of like bumping around on a wrong interpretation of reality that is only here because your protector has been turned around. And you're just like Don Quixote. You're fighting the windmills. You're fighting these false things. You're fighting this false enemy. You are never supposed to live outside the protection of God. And you're fighting illusions. And when you come back in the protection of God, that falls away. And you're also very tired because you feel the tiredness of having been fighting these windmills all the time. The Native American deck is going to talk to us now. Oh, maybe a raven or the stick. We'll have a look. But I see this one as well, which is the healing circle. Let me read from the book. Oh, it's a crow. I said a raven, but there we go. Power. The crow is a rich, powerful symbol, being very closely associated with the shamans who are not afraid to travel through the invisible world. Like shamans, crows can be tricksters, which is a type of teacher. Crow foretells experiences that may be unexpected but full of wisdom. Crow is also very smart and uses his wisdom to create and organize culture, exhibiting the right use of power and thereby creates more power. The shipapu stick is made with various woods. All right. With various associations and often painted green and light blue and adorned with feathers. It was used by various tribes to seek grace from the gods or to guarantee fertility. All of life is a lesson. Learn the lessons, be smart, and practice the right use of power. And don't take yourself so seriously. Okay, power, organization, authority, gifts offered and received, respect, mischievousness. Mischievousness, I think that's how you need to say it. Well, your power is returning, and your joy is returning through this whole process, isn't it? Don't take yourself so seriously. Well, that starts to become possible again when your soul protection is turned around. When I had this, I was also very, well, depressed, but also like I was very serious indeed because life was like a huge struggle while I just hadn't done anything yet. It was already a huge struggle. And all of that is is changed now. All of it. Even though it seems that for the occasion of this reading, I'm going through it all over again in the course of this talk. But anyway, that's how it goes. That's my role. I work out a lot of you people's karma, and I do that voluntarily. So there you go. It's part of my role. Um, but that is actually not a thing to be advertised or be proud of or whatever. Don't dump onto me. We are, by all means, as normal as possible. So if you take that into account, then it's the normal reaction would be the healthy reaction is that it's all the more normal and logic to pay me for for what I already do for you without even doing much seemingly. You see, that would be actually the normal reaction just to explain that to you. 27, the medicine wheel. I said the healing circle, right? But I mean, the medicine wheel is the healing circle. So I guess that's the same. Equilibrium. The medicine wheel is a deceptively simple symbol representing everything humans need to know about balance and connection with both the earth and spirit. It is divided into four quarters, representing the directions and the seasons, along with many other associations. Also included are the three directions representing Father Sky, Mother Earth, and the sacred tree. In the image, we also see a medicine bag with which contains amulets chosen to cure or rebalance the energy of someone who is ill. Objects may include stones, roots, berries, coins, beads, and other small items. Well, this I am presenting a healing here, so that's why that medicine bag is here. Turning your curse around is the medicine for what you are having. With honest self assessment, you can determine the medicine you need in order to achieve well being. Equilibrium, recovery, transformation, completeness, healing, connection. The Divine Abundance deck. So maybe we can see some qualities that can come forward when you become healed. Receiving. Well, you start to be able to receive when this is turned around for you. Every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. Before this is set right for you, you can't receive anything. When it is set right for you with the help of someone that can take responsibility for you, so that'll be me, you start to be able to receive. And every day it becomes easier to receive then by then. So then starts your journey to be able to receive. For many people before that, they can hardly receive anything. And because I attract people that just like I had that one day long ago, also have this right now, I know that you can't receive anything right now. So maybe you need to use your logic and do what is presented, and don't expect you to receive it from watching a video, but just do the steps that are presented to you so that you can learn to receive when things have been turned around for you. Divine abundance. You were born to align with love's will. Follow the Tao and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance, not chase it. Learn to be abundance, not chase it. There is an enormous divine abundance waiting for you. That's why I use the word abundance. And this series of live videos on Saturday is called Twin Flame Abundance. And the school year course, the group year course that is going to open real soon, is going to be called Twin Flame Abundance Now. Our Facebook group is called Your Abundance. Because twin flame love and making come true what that is in real life in the consciousness state of harmonious union does open the door to your divine abundance, unequivocally guaranteed, and nothing else does. And this first initiation helps you with the broader integration of what all of this is and means, because you can still, honestly, you can still brush with the union or with the twin flame and still have this curse and still have it be very, very difficult for you to receive anything, let alone your divine abundance. But you will, as a result of this healing, come in the flow. Allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace. With a dolphin, isn't it lovely? Then it starts to come to you as a flow. And more that becomes possible when you become healed of this. The life purpose deck. Because maybe it'll just also, oops, wow, these 3, 4, 5, okay. Like your mission might start to flow as well when this is repaired, you know? Oh, we have a whole bunch of life purpose cards, so let's see. Teach. Protection. Well, there you go. The protection is coming in. From this healing that we talk about, if you actually do it, your protection, your protective powers are turned around and are now protecting you again. Trust can then start to come in. Only then. Maybe you can also not trust anything or anyone. I certainly couldn't when I had this, when I still had it. Writing. And time to decide. Time to decide if you want to heal this now. Yeah, let me know what you have with writing. Well, when you go through this process, you might want to journal about your process. Look at the image. Maybe we need to look at the image for this card. This is the turned around spiritual protector that is now helping you, well, to write, or help you do whatever you want to do, help you with your mission, with whatever, with your daily life in a positive way. And it's not working against you anymore. That's what this card means. And it's time to decide. This was actually the last card. Time to decide. It says, if you want that, you want to be truly protected by your own spiritual protector that is now not working against you anymore. I have been passing this on since 10 years. So this is not something new to me or something that I need to try out or anything. I just would love for you to make use of it. And now we get a card from my own deck, the Union and Mission cards. Card C1.1, moving from self-acknowledgement to value. Acknowledger, affirmer, how? I'm going to look in the booklet on the screen. Cast your heart in the sea. Union. You have arrived at the invitation to self-acknowledgement, pure and simple. The acknowledgement of what and who and where you are is a powerful tool for transformation and manifestation of union. Transformation to a higher vibration and manifestation of your intentions, including the materialization of the twin flame. But you are not yet there. You are at the moment at which you discovered the acknowledgement and start to really execute it. You are valuable and create value. This fact can now be researched in your heart to become clear. When you feel that out, your heart will light up and a desire will arise in you to share from it. You can at first leave it there for a bit, at this desire, so you feel that through fully. This is how you give to yourself first. And that is how everything of value starts. When you become more full yourself, your heart, and your own fulfillment, you can later on also give without having to give anything up. For that matter, the act of casting your heart in the sea of feelings is not an action, but a grace that comes into existence from a longing. You share that grace with your twin flame that has a similar pain or emptiness you once had at a certain point of your journey. This is your gift and it will be given automatically. The way your heart will fall into the proverbial ocean of your feelings by mere proverbial gravitational force, which is the movement of becoming true. You could imagine that underneath the water of the ocean, an ocean ground exists, and the heart will indeed slowly sink towards that rock solid existence and arrive. The heart will be rocked there in the rhythm of the earth suckling the breast of the ocean floor. This is where she is home. This is how you add love to every communication to your twin flame. Being refreshed and nurtured by the primal mother of the universe can be executed through your actions and communications in union, and this is the true beginning of that. Congratulations. You can bring your union to self acknowledgement by seeing your twin flame, seeing the truth in them, and to acknowledge that with your words in a loving way. Through this, you can help them and yourself directly and powerfully. This is a quality that is important in every union relationship. This is the beginning of everything that is valuable and the beginning and the core of marriage. So, what I'm really getting from this description is, well, in the first place, that understand that when you free yourself from this curse, you are fully an integral part of your union. So, you do it for them too, and they will too be freed. You understand? So, this is like the double healing here. And in the story of how this curse came about is also integrated that you can now be part of the love union under the guidance of God, of repaired spirituality inside the protective place of the divine. That is where you live with your twin flame. Otherwise, that doesn't exist. You can't really live there. There's no real union. There's no relationship inside the union, too. That's what that is. That's what twin flame union is. Twin flame union is living inside the protection of the divine, within the realm of where the divine is shining out upon you. And in the direct relationship with that, that's where you find your twin flame in harmonious union. That's where you live together in harmonious union. There is no other place you can live with them. Only in that place within the protection of the divine. Well, that's why this initiation makes so much sense as well. This is the way to be with your twin flame. It's just as if, well, let's say, a consequence of having this curse is that you have a corrupt protector in the spiritual field. So that creates a very active ego inside of you that is suffering all the time and running around like a headless chicken all the time to repair things for you, to make sure that you get what you need for you, to make sure that you are surviving in your daily life and in your primal relationship and whatnot. Which makes you either not be in peace by any stretch of the imagination with your twin flame, or not be with your true twin flame, because you can't be in ego and in harmonious union at the same time. That's impossible. Sorry, but that just doesn't vibe. with each other. Maybe you brush with it a little bit, but then you must fall out of it or break apart or get rid of the ego, and then it starts to work. You must heal. And the other thing that I get from it is that being connected again in the direct relationship with the divine makes it so that you can become full yourself, full of being filled with the love, with the blessing, with the protection, and let yourself become full. And when that is accomplished, you start, as the cup that you are, to run over. And that's when you start to sanely and sacredly start to exchange and communicate with your twin flame naturally in a flow that is actually made out of love instead of resistance and ego and manipulation and whatnot. Fake protection, which is control. I mean, this whole problem also pretty much points to a controlling relationship structure, right? Which in turn pretty much refers to a narcissistic structure, which in turn pretty much means that you're living completely out of the ego. And all of that is not compatible with living with a turned around spiritual helper in the vicinity of the divine, inside the consciousness state of harmonious union. That's just something else. And we can achieve that for you through this initiation. And I was going to get also from my own card deck, from the 9 energy points, like an energy point that is really helpful for us right now. And it's this one. It's the lowest, it's the most basic one, the most foundational one. And it is physically represented by the earth and the space on the earth that you are taking in underneath your feet. So let's put our feet on the ground right now and allow that connection between your feet and your legs and your body and the earth on the other side to be established for real, physically and energetically and spiritually. You have a place on earth. You don't need to allow yourself to be excommunicated. You can repair to be in communication with the divine directly. That's where you'll find your true twin flame. That's where you'll manifest and incarnate your new family that is actually like beyond what this turned around curse even promises. Because this curse turns the curse around. This healing turns the curse around. Did I just say it wrong? Anyway, this healing turns turns the curse around. And what happens then is that you can start to become ready to, on that repaired relationship, that repaired foundation of everything, to start to work for the true twin flame in harmonious union. And then you've surpassed this whole paradigm in a landslide. Absolutely and completely. So let's get some numbers and symbols and letters, of course. Okay. C J G U A K L Q V S. That's a nice collection of letters. What are we going? V. Did I say V? I think so. Nice. Svalk. That's not an existing word. Shug. That's another word that I can make of it. That is also a non-existent word. I like that. 2 non-existent words. New words, neologisms. That's what you become. 2 neologisms. You and your twin flame. Uncursed, anti-cursed. That's what you become. New beings in a completely new space that you're going to take in now and enjoy. Wow. But I have another word now. I have the jog. Jog. Oh, like this jog. Well, this jog is going to be. Well, it reminds me of the tarot card, the classical tarot card of hope. And there she stands naked with the jug of water, with one foot on the earth and one foot in the water. It also reminds me of a sweet song of Kate Bush's, one of her latest albums. Well, that's maybe a decade ago, but anyway. That's how old I am. Um, and there was a song with about a little jug from her ancestors that she finds in the house or something. And then she just sings this whole song about a jug. And it's so sweet and so. That just makes me cry. Oh, gosh. That just makes me cry. Just breaking here again in my own video. And it is about repairing that ancestral relationship. That's what this whole curse is about. And your ancestors will be so grateful because you free them as well. They're waiting for you in the invisible space in and around your where you live until you make that in order. No matter how that sounds to you, and maybe that sounds unacceptable to some, but that's just what is happening. I can't make it any nicer or something. You can just do that, right? So CSQ, that is like nothing. I don't know what it is, but it sounds like such a series on TV, like a drama series about unsolved criminal cases or something. I don't know. That's how it sounds like. And that's a little bit what this is. It is like an unsolved criminal case that you need to resolve, and you are going to resolve it because the whole story and all the puzzle pieces will get clear to you what this all is for you, what your ancestors went through, why it is all like this. And all of that becomes clear in the whole movement of letting it all go. Oh, you will feel so relieved, so much better. You cannot believe, man. And I have another word here, and that is falcon. But then in the Dutch version of this of that word, valk, I can't really present it still, but anyway, falcon, which is a sign, a symbol of communication with the divine itself, and it's also a sign of, well, a messenger or an angel or a protector, a spiritual protector between you and God. So that again signifies something about the ill spiritual protector that needs to be turned around from a saboteur into a helper. And it feels as though there are also helpers from God helping your helper to be turned around. And we can make that all happen for you with this first initiation. Oh, now I have a word it's in Dutch. It's actually the same letters as the falcon. And now it's in Dutch vlak, and that means flat. I don't know what that means. I live in the Dutch countryside. It's kind of flat, right? That's what we're famous for. Flat Earth. Well, that's silly because that's not true, but it does in a way also stand for the earth. You need to stand with your feet on the earth. So again, maybe a reminding moment right now to put your feet on the ground. Feel your feet, feel the soles of your feet, feel your legs, feel your hips, feel your body, and feel that there can be a connection between your feet, between where you take in space and the earth beneath you. And to consciously allow there to be a connection there, a flow between them. That is what becomes possible when you have uncursed yourself through the first initiation. And now we have guac, as if it is like guacamole. But this is in no language you write it like this, I think. But anyway. So I think we should sink with our feet into the ground, energetically speaking, as if we're sinking with our feet into the guacamole. And that's how your place on earth and your physical existence should merge together. You are allowed to take in space. You are allowed to be on the earth. So that's where it should start. That's how you should stand and live and be present, and that becomes possible through the turnaround of the spiritual guide that the first initiation alludes to. And now I have the Dutch word for classroom, or group of people that is your class of students. I think the people that are affected by this, they are a classroom full of people that I need to teach. And they are here on earth now to learn from it, as if the world is a classroom. Because that's what you will feel when when it is all resolved for you and you start to heal, I'm trying to make more combinations. Oh, I found a nice one now. When you are fully healed, then you will see that this all was just even the curse was a blessed learning project for you. And now you are so incredibly wise and you can start to pass on what you learned. I have such a nice word now. It's again a Dutch word. I'm not doing that on purpose. I'm actually trying to look most of the time to English words because I'm doing my work in English nowadays. But anyway, kiss, but then in Dutch, kus. Oh, so I think that's like a blessing. The kiss of God turns it all around from you for you so that you can start to kiss your eternal love, your twin flame. Your eternal love. What that's like spelled wrong with a wing. Eternal love. Okay. Yeah, I think that feels like complete actually. The kiss of the eternal love, the kiss of the twin flame is what you will feel at the end of this whole healing for you, which is kind of logic, right? That is where it all ends up for you because you've just freed all of this space for you to be together and form this new land, this new community yourself between you and your twin flame. This starts the new community. That's what we're doing here as well for you. And you can just join us, and the first initiation is one of the ways in which you can just make that joining so much more peaceful and healing. And it's such a beautiful, yeah, like thorough liberation of your entire family line. And actually, we've now for 1.5 hours talked about all of this. And this is just only a tip of the iceberg of what the first initiation can mean for you, because it can also be about other lifetimes, other dimensions, parallel lives, future lives, lives on other planets, spirit lives. It doesn't matter to me personally where the problem is. We'll find it and undo it for you. So I hope this helped. If you want to have the first initiation, it will truly help you. I have a blurb about how you can ask yours for incredibly inexpensive. This might never come back. And the explanation is right below this video in the pinned comment and in the, how do you call that? Explanation box. Well, you understand it. And yeah, maybe I can help you coming weeks to get your session. Buy it before the coming week is over, right? And then we'll schedule it in and stuff. Yeah, it'll truly help you. Don't forget that right after the recording of this video is over right now, we have 2.5 hours, and then I give a webinar, which is also incredibly awesome, really helpful. in another way that contributes to the same goal, your beautiful, sacred twin flame, well, relationship, but also life, because it will unfold an entire life in which your love and your work and your family and your friends and everything and all will be included in this life that is manifesting your true abundance. And I want that for you. And you can have that as a presence for the present, that presence for as a present for the rest of the world to enjoy. And that's what we're building here. I can guarantee for you that you will have success in that when you come to study with me. Of course, in all our free and donation based work. But when you really want to make it come true, you start, of course, to invest and start your coaching with me. You can start with the first initiation if that feels for you. That is the the offer from this video. You can also start with the offer that will be in the webinar later tonight or today, wherever you are. It depends what time it is. For me, it will be evening. Or simply with a session when you go to my Facebook group and then you buy your session. That can also be very simply a start for you, and it can be the first session of very many, and we can truly start to co-create. When you really want to just discuss with me what's best for you, ask your strategy session, and we'll meet very soon to hash that out. Face to face, live on the internet. I will see you real soon. Much love from Petra.